Hey people, welcome to another video, and if this is your first time playing Star Citizen or you're considering doing so, you're in luck. I'll provide you all the information you need so as to have the best start in Star Citizen. Well, a few things before I go on. If you enjoy the video and you believe you got your time's worth, do consider leaving a thumbs up and even subscribe to the channel so as to not miss following videos. And in terms of the game, you probably heard that Star Citizen is not a fully released game. It is still very much in alpha, and there's a long way to go. That's something that most of you probably already know. Now, the thing that you probably don't know is that there's not going to be a whole lot of progress as time goes by. This is something that most content creators will not immediately admit to. Also keep in mind, there's going to be a lot of bugs, there's going to be a lot of issues, and it can be quite frustrating. Now, is it worth your time? Is it worth your $54? Absolutely, I think it is. Is it worth a lot more? I would not suggest. This is kind of difficult for some people to understand, that you can both be critical and appreciate what you have in a game. But I want to insist on this point. The game is not fully released, and there's nothing that tells us that the game will be fully released at any moment, because the business model behind Star Citizen is unlike any other game. Typically, the business model for any video game company is you spend money, you develop a game, you launch that game, you sell it, profit. Here, it works in a different way. They are developing a game that has no end in sight, yet it keeps on breaking record funding numbers because of the way in which marketing works, by promoting new ships every period of time, and that has been working so well for them. There's no financial incentive to change any of that. This means minimal progress each year. There's no financial motivation to do anything else. Why would you? Why would you spend money when you can just profit from the game as it is, with very little progress so as to fulfill the legal obligations, so as to not be stagnated in a game that is not being developed any further. Having said all of that, I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth your $54, not really a whole lot more than that. I would not suggest spending any more than your basic starter ship. We understand that, and we move forward. Now, where is it that you go so as to play Star Citizen? There's no StarCitizen.com website. It's actually called RobertSpaceIndustries.com. And here you have to register an account. Before you do that, you have my referral code down there below, which I would greatly appreciate if you use mine. If you have some friend of yours, you want to use theirs, by all means. I appreciate if you use this, and it's going to be giving you 5,000 credits of in-game money, and depending on when you use it, you may even get a spaceship or some other cool stuff. So always use a referral code when creating your accounts. Once you have your account created, now it's about the more important decision as of how you start playing this game. And here you have the first clue as of what I was explaining. There's no buy button. Now you have buy game for early, for games that are still in development, pre-sales. These are things we're used to. This is not the case. It does not say buy because you're not buying anything. There's no legal obligation for them to ever deliver anything because you bought nothing. You just pledged. Pledge means you give money to someone and they basically develop the game as they see fit. That's something that I want you all to keep very much in mind, so as to not get frustrated with the lack of progress, the lack of development as time goes by. The game as it is, I think it's worth your starter ship money. And besides, there's no fees, no monthly subscription. So at the end of the day, it's not all that more expensive than your AAA game. It's probably going to be more expensive. Now, here you go into Pledge and you have game packages. You want to buy a game package. This means you buy a ship and you buy the download Star Citizen game, which is in alpha. Here you can go to view all game packages. Don't buy a standalone ship. If you have a ship but you don't have the game package, you cannot play Star Citizen. Now this can be a little bit confusing. You probably saw lots of videos and you like one ship or the other. I suggest buying a ship that has internal room in which you can stand, meaning you have internal inventory room, and you can do box delivery missions, and you can put stuff physically inside your ship. All of this is physical. This is unlike most other games where you just disappear and appear inside a ship, such as No Man's Sky. No, all of this is physicalized, but there's some ships in which you cannot stand inside, such as this one. Here you just climb a little ladder and you're just inside, right? You don't have any internal room. My advice is buy the Aurora MR. The cheapest ship is actually quite decent at combat, which in future videos, as I go in explaining in this tutorial, I'll explain how you can make a whole lot of money with this ship. Just subscribe to the channel and tune in, and you'll see how I can make a lot of money with this same little ship. That same day, I can buy this ship, I can buy this one, or even the Cutlass Black in a day or two, just playing the game, which is basically what you signed up to, right? You just sign up to play the game. And besides, given that there's basically no role-playing elements at this stage, there's really not a whole lot more to do other than just do missions, play, make money, and buy cooler ships. And I'm telling you, you will enjoy them the most if you buy them in-game rather than spend real money. Now, is it okay? Yes, especially because you can buy, again, most of these ships, you can buy them easily if you know how to play the game. Just like they are very brutal in terms of marketing and ship sales, it also has to be said, it is a skill-based game. If you know how to play it, you can buy in-game pretty much everything that you see here. Alright, yes, even the most expensive ships, you can buy them in a very short period of time if you know how to play a game. I mean, I bought myself a Carrack that's worth $1,000, right? I bought this ship in-game in, maybe a couple weeks or so, if you know how to play the game, alright? Maybe for someone that is new, it will take a little bit longer. What else are you doing than playing? So, Aurora MR, it is a decent ship. It's allowing you to flying around, and besides that, if you later decide, maybe I want something a little bit nicer, which I understand, you can still get that by going to ship upgrades. Here, you can upgrade your Aurora MR, your existing ship, and just add a little bit of money, right? You have all ships. You go to your Aurora MR and say, my advice, if you want to get something nicer, I wouldn't spend more money than your Avenger Titan. The Avenger Titan, you put $30 more and you upgrade your existing ship, and you basically spend the same amount rather than just spending it all at once right away. Trust me on that. Give it a little bit of a try, and yeah, you see that the game package, $30 more, 54 here in your starter ship, yeah, and you basically move right to your Avenger Titan, which is a very nice ship. Yeah, I will admit that much. But again, you can buy in-game the Avenger Titan in about a day or two, just playing the game with your Aurora MR. Alright, so having said all that, one last tip for you to keep in mind: you need to know how to use Urkel.games. It is this website that you see right there, Urkel.games. There's no other choice. You have to learn how to use this website. It sounds a little bit complicated. Here you have your ships, right? And let's say you load up our Aurora MR, right? We load it up, and here you have a bunch of information that is kind of confusing, but this is what you need to understand so as to eventually know how to upgrade your ship. The first thing you want to upgrade in your ship, the first money that is really worth spending in game, is getting a couple more guns. You can get a couple more Bulldog repeaters, right, for your existing ship. And here you have, where is it that you can find those, right? You can find those at Cinermass, $3,000. This is what I recommend spending your initial money in game, right? And you have this, you have how to upgrade the Quantum Drive is quite decent, maybe getting better shields. So these are all the things that you will know. For example, upgrading shields, this FR66. Actually, the best one is the Palisade Industrial Grade A. And here we go again, where to find it, how much it costs. Okay, guys, that's gonna be all for now. I'll see you in the part 2 of this Beginner's Guide series. Remember to subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you found good information here. Take care.